hold this summit of the Election Basin Commission. I write on behalf of the organizing committee once again, heads of state and government of member states, with each and every one of you. And to take roughly 40 of us who are here now in North Japan. The President of the Federal Republic of Chad and senior government officials, as well as our observers, the three observers that we have, and consideration of the communique and its issuance. Summit, and with your kind permission, may I respectfully also invite the chairperson of the African. And promote cooperation here in Abuja, the capital, and security situation and large summit, African Union Commission.
Notre sous-région. Raison pour laquelle il n'a pas pu venir le représenter à ce sommet extraordinaire. Et toute initiative concertée sur cette dans la recherche de solutions pour stabiliser le violent et le terrorisme. Je voudrais enfin conclure, Excellence, Monsieur le Chef d'État.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, it is my honor to welcome your excellencies to this extraordinary summit of the Lake Chad Basin Commission taking place today in Abuja. Your presence here today to attend this summit of the Lake Chad Basin Commission at very short notice goes to show the importance the member states and indeed your excellencies attach to the peace, security, and well-being of our people in the Lake Chad region and on our continent in general. Your excellencies, as we mourn His Excellency the President of Chad, Idris Deby Etno, who died on the 20th of April 2021 while defending the territorial integrity of his dear country. We also remember the death of Nigerian Chief of Army Staff, General Ibrahim Atahiru, and 10 other military officers who lost their lives in a plane crash in the service of our country and the region. May their souls rest in perfect peace. As no meaningful development takes place in an insecure and unstable atmosphere, the need for enduring peace and security in the Lake Chad region and the Sahel was what propelled the convening of this extraordinary summit by the chair of the LCBC Heads of State, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari. Your Excellencies, as an organization founded on the basis of solidarity and peaceful coexistence amongst its members, the countries of the Lake Chad Basin Commission, other African regional and sub-regional organizations, and our international partners will hopefully be ready to accompany Chad during the transitional period set out by the government in order to overcome the present challenges occasioned by the demise of the late president. We pray that the spirit of brotherhood that has always guided our countries will also manifest itself in Your Excellency's deliberations today in order that we arrive at an amicable resolution that will enthrone not only in Chad peace, but in our entire region. Due to the security challenges in the Lake Chad region, our governments have had to commit huge, scarce resources, both human and material, to ensure peace. We all must therefore continue to work together in order that our common sacrifice to ensure collective security in our sub-region will bear the needed results. May Your Excellency's deliberations today be crowned with success. Thank you very much for your attention, sir.
Heads of Mission Multinational Joint Task Force, senior government officials, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to welcome you, my dear brothers, to Abuja for this large, extraordinary summit of heads of state and government of the Lake Chad Basin Commission to discuss the recent developments in the Republic of Chad. There is no doubt that our region is today plagued with very dynamic and changing security challenges, which have made it imperative to call this meeting. I especially wish to thank you, dear presidents and partners of the Lake Chad region, for adjusting your equally important engagements at home and abroad to attend this summit. Your presence, despite the short notice, is an affirmation of your collective commitment to the promotion of peace, stability, and prosperity in the sub-region. Today's meeting, coming on the heels of recent rebel incursion into Chadian territory and the subsequent military engagement with the Chadian National Defense Forces, which led to the death of President Idris Deby on the 19th of April 2021, have direct implications for the continued peace and stability of Chad as a nation, the Lake Chad region, and the wider Sahel region. You will agree with me that the threat of further conflict in Chad requires quick, decisive, and pacific resolution to ensure the immediate de-escalation of future hostilities and the attendant loss of lives in the country. Your Excellencies, today's meeting is characterized by the conspicuous absence of the late President of the Republic of Chad. Permit me, therefore, on behalf of the government and people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as well as the people of the Lake Chad region, to condole with the government and people of the Republic of Chad for the irreparable loss of President Idris Deby, who paid the supreme sacrifice in defense of the territorial integrity of his country. The late president was a committed African leader and statesman who stood for peace and stability of the Lake Chad region, the Sahel, and the African continent in general. His passion, commitment, and zeal to the cause of the Lake Chad and African unity would be greatly missed. In recognition of the immense and sterling contribution of the late President to peace and stability in the region, may I respectfully request that we all kindly rise for a minute's silence in honor of our departed brother. his soul rest in perfect peace. Please sit down. Your Excellencies, our region is faced with several challenges that need the support and engagement of all to overcome. While transitional crimes and rebellion cutting across our region continue to evolve in scope, the attendant conflicts also continue to retain their distinct form of inflicting untold hardship and difficulty on the lives of our citizens. The threats by the Chadian rebel groups who are clamoring to overthrow the government must be viewed with all the seriousness they deserve, because the consequences of a destabilized Chad to the sub-region cannot be imagined. The flow of refugees and displaced persons from the country, unrestrained flow of arms, drugs, and other harmful substances into Lake Chad and Sahel regions, which are already challenged by terrorists seeking to establish parallel systems, would further compound the security and stability of our areas and neighboring countries. It is therefore our collective duty, and in honor of the memory of the men and women that have died in search of peace in the region, to rise in unison as leaders of the region to ensure that peace, stability, and security are not disrupted in Chad and in the entire region. These challenges, which are fueled by an interplay of poverty and the loss of sustainable means of livelihood due to climate change, have been further exacerbated by the direct consequences of complete breakdown of law and order in Libya. The Libyan conflict has increased fragility in our region, with destabilizing security implications across the Lake Chad and the larger Sahel region, typified by increased circulation of illicit arms and ammunition, narcotic substances, as well as refugee crisis that continues to threaten the security of the region. Your Excellencies, it is therefore in the light of the foregoing that the prevailing and evolving political situation in the Republic of Chad is dire and critical to the continued survival of other neighboring countries and the region. The conflict in the country must be effectively managed and brought under control without any further loss of lives and property. The need to support the Chadian government to effectively carry out its planned 18-month transition is sacrosanct, However, it must be stated that the sanctity of the Chadian constitution is the supreme guiding document defining the social contract in the country must be respected. The transition period should be civilian-led, with requisite powers given to the constitutionally mandated organs of government settled with the responsibility of administering the country. That way, the integrity of the transition period would be guaranteed, while a credible process leading to the establishment of a democratically acceptable government for the good of all Chadians can be attained. Furthermore, it is imperative to reiterate the need for inclusivity and dialogue among the various segments of the Chadian national life to ensure that grievances and feelings of exclusion are addressed. This will engender national rebirth, social cohesion, and the assurance of a shared common goal among Chadians. In that regard, I am glad to acknowledge the creation of a new Ministry of National Reconciliation and Dialogue to lead this process. Your Excellencies, as Chairman of the Summit of Heads of State and Government of the Lake Chad Basin Commission member countries, I want to assure you that I remain committed to providing the necessary leadership in liaison with partners towards finding sustainable solutions to the challenges in Chad, in the Lake Chad region. I remain resolute in my commitment to supporting the transitional government and the people of Chad in arriving at mutually acceptable political solution to the ongoing transition in their country. Your Excellencies, I commend the solidarity and warm cooperation shown by the political leadership across various platforms of engagements in the region who have been united in solidarity with the region in its quest to find lasting solutions to our problems. We have collectively shown that with commitment and with the desired support from the international community and our development partners, we can achieve success. We must not relent in our efforts and allow the enemies of the region to succeed in their quest to destabilize the area. We must reinvigorate our collective will and commitment towards eradicating terrorism and entrenching democratic rule and good governance in Chad and in our region. We must remain focused and true to ensuring sustainable development in the region. Accordingly, I call on the international community, particularly our development partners and countries, France, the United States, United Kingdom, Germany, the Netherlands, and Russia, the United Nations, the African Union, and the European Union, as well as other friendly and partner nations, to support Chad conclude the transition in a peaceful manner within the pledged 18 months. It is my further hope and expectation that we shall seriously discuss pathways for A, peace and stability in Chad, including positively impacting national dialogues in search for sustainability in the Lake Chad region. Synergy and collaborative partnership between the Lake Chad Basin Commission with ECAS, ECOWAS, GenSAD, G5 Sahel, and African Union to forge a united front against festering negative extremist tendencies in the Lake Chad Basin region. And C, reinforce consultations with partners to enhance the stability of the Lake Chad Basin region. Your Excellencies, in conclusion, permit me, Your Excellencies, to also use this medium to commend the untiring efforts of the Lake Chad Basin Commission, officers and men of the Multinational Joint Task Force, our national armed forces, and security and intelligence agencies who daily strive to ensure the complete restoration of peace and stability in the region. These officers, some of whom have made the supreme sacrifices in the line of duty for the survival of the region, will never be forgotten. We are committed to ensuring that the ideals of restoring peace, stability, and viability of the Lake Chad region to its glorious state, to which some of you have paid the ultimate price, is achieved. Excellencies and participants, I declare this extraordinary session of our summit open and wish the conference very successful deliberations. I thank you all for your kind attention.
Cameroon, His Excellency Ferdinand Ngo, Minister of State, Secretary General at the Presidency of the Republic. For the Central African Republic, His Excellency Faustin Archange Touadéra, President of the Republic. For the State of Libya, His Excellency Mohamed Al-Menfi, President of the Presidential Council of Libya. For the Republic of Niger, His Excellency Mohamed Bazoum, President of the Republic. For the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, President of the Federal Republic. For the Republic of Sudan, Lieutenant General Engineer Ibrahim Gabir, Member of Sovereignty Council of Sudan. For the Republic of Chad, His Excellency General Mahamat Deby, President of the Transitional Military Council of Chad. Also in attendance were the Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Ambassador Musa Muhammad Faki, representative of the President of the ECOWAS Commission, representative of the President of ECAS Commission, and the Executive Secretary of Lake Chad Basin Commission and Head of Mission of the Multinational Joint Task Force, Ambassador Bamanu. The extraordinary session opened with a welcome remark by Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Geoffrey Onyama, followed by goodwill messages from the Chairperson of the African Union, His Excellency Musa Muhammad Faki, and an opening speech by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and Chairman of the Summit of Heads of State and Government of the Lake Chad Basin Commission, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari. The session reviewed the situation in Chad following the attacks by a mercenary group leading to the demise of Field Marshal Idris Deby Itno, the late President of the Republic of Chad, and their implications to the peace, security, and development in Chad in particular, and the Lake Chad and Sahel regions in general. During the closed session, the Executive Secretary presented a background paper on the situation in Chad, which was followed by remarks by the President of the Military Transition Council and discussions by the heads of state and government. The heads of state and government commended the chairman of the Summit of Heads of State and Government of the Lake Chad Basin Commission for convening this extraordinary summit, appreciated the immense contributions of the President of Chad, Marshal Idris Deby Itno, to the war against terrorism and other transboundary criminal activities in the Lake Chad and Sahel regions, condemned the mercenary attack against the territorial integrity of a member country, leading to the death of the President of the Republic of Chad, Marshal Idris Deby Itno, expressed their deep condolences to the government and people of the Republic of Chad over the irretrievable loss of Marshal Idris Deby Itno and observed a 1-minute silence in his honor. Noted the seriousness of the threat posed by such attacks to the stability of Chad and to regional peace, security, and stability as presented by the Executive Secretary of the Lake Chad Basin Commission in the background paper on the developments in Chad, and further elaborated by His Excellency General Mahamat Idris Deby, President of the Transitional Military Council of Chad. Further commended the chairman of the Summit of the Lake Chad Basin Commission for his broad statement on the political and security situation in Chad, the Lake Chad Basin, and Sahel regions. Further noted the appointment by the Transitional Military Council of an inclusive 40-person civilian cabinet headed by a prime minister from the opposition party. Noted the 18-month duration of the transition program and urged the Transitional Military Council to embark on the process of national reconciliation and dialogue involving all Chadian stakeholders that will lead to free and fair elections. Appealed to all Chadians to avail themselves of the services of the newly created Ministry of National Reconciliation and Dialogue and prioritize dialogue in the settlement of their differences. Further appealed to all Chadian rebel mercenary groups to shun violence and embrace the path of dialogue. Called on the international community to assist the transition process of Chad for the return to constitutional democracy within the 18-month stipulated time frame. Noted the imperative of establishing a special fund to support Chad in its ongoing transition and in the strengthening of democratic and governance institutions that would reinforce the social contract and enhance development of the country. Noted with concern that the situation in Libya is intrinsically linked to the deteriorating security situation not only in Chad, but also in the Lake Chad Basin and the Sahel regions. Hence, the need for the international community to support Chad in its fight against mercenaries and terrorists. Urge the international community to provide for a comprehensive disarmament, demobilization, reintegration, and reinsertion program for the foreign fighters expelled from Libya. Commended the efforts of the multinational Joint Task Force in the fight against terrorism and other transnational crimes in the region, and called for more collaboration among truth-contributing countries towards maximizing the potentials of the force. In their resolve to remain seized of the situation in Chad and indeed in the entire region, mandated the chairman of the Summit of Heads of State and Government to appoint a special envoy to Chad to monitor developments and work with partners with similar initiatives to support the transition process. The heads of state and government commended the efforts of member countries to address the security challenges in the Lake Chad Basin and reaffirmed their commitment to the promotion of peace, security, stability, and development in the region. They reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening regional cooperation in the fight against terrorism, towards which end they resolved to increase their support to the Lake Chad Basin Commission and the multinational joint task force to enable them achieve their mandates. The heads of state and government expressed their gratitude to His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari for his inspiring leadership as chairman of the Summit of Heads of State and Government of the Lake Chad Basin Commission and for initiating this summit. Done in Abuja on the 25th day of May 2021 in English and French, both versions being equally authentic. For the Central African Republic, His Excellency Faustin Archange Touadera. For the Republic of Chad, His Excellency General Mahamat Idris Deby. For the Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari. For the Republic of Niger, His Excellency Mohamed Bazoum. For the State of Libya, His Excellency Mohamed Al-Menfi. For the Republic of Cameroon, His Excellency Ferdinand Ngo. Thank you very much.
Yes, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I thank you most sincerely for attending this regional meeting at a very short notice, and I thank you very much for attending, and I congratulate you for the result achieved as a result of our closed session meeting. Thank you very much, and I wish everybody a safe flight back home to our countries. Thank you very much.